All right, we're gonna be talking about two to three stocks today. One of them is an update on TUP. All right, I know that I talked about what could possibly be going on for tomorrow, and the situation that I saw was a squeeze put inside of major PR announcement, you know, and they had their earnings today, uh, from what I know. But the weird thing is there's nothing posted about the earnings. Nothing. So I don't know if they're just gonna wait till tomorrow. I don't know if it got moved. Every time I look it up, it says August 2nd, but it doesn't say before hours or after hours. It doesn't say anything. Just August 2nd. The only thing that's gonna kill this play that I think is, you know, people selling out a lot, and you'd be able to see that. And two, if the company sells shares, the company does an offering. Not only am I out, but I'm going to put a put on this thing back to $1 because it will go back to $1 if they have an offering. Um, but this big pullback that you got now, I was talking about, I was hyped up for the $20 level, and I still see that scenario playing out. But maybe it wasn't because of this earnings that's going to get it going like that. But either way, if this thing comes to this 650 level, okay, I know a lot of people are talking about 591, $6. No, I see 650. Okay, and I see 650 because there's a gap that we talked about that leads all the way up to $758. Okay, and gaps. Let me tell you what gaps are. Gaps are like if you look at a stock chart, right, like this one, and I showed you back when I saw something like it's a little hard to see a gap on this one right now. Maybe not on this setting. Either way, if I see it on here, I'll show you. But when I was looking at it yesterday, I did see gaps that this stock had. Um, just a second. Let's try one more thing here. Is that better? There we go. That is a gap. Okay, this thing right here. You see how all these have candles and they're really, pretty much right next to each other? This is kind of a gap, but you got that little wick. This right here, this is a legit gap from $4.71 to $5.26. Okay. Now, some of you may be saying, we've been there, and we just were there, but that's a gap. There's another gap from, see, and that's just today. That is just today. So you have this gap for today. So if we get to around 481 again, look for us to resume. And that's what I'm going to talk about next after I can just see on. Look, look at that. Look at this. Is this the gap? Well, yeah, that's it. 521, right? And it goes all the way up to 763. Okay, and you can't even, I wouldn't even say 521. It's probably more, that's 591, that level right there. 591 to that 650 level. You get to that, you get to this, and you get to that, and it's just good stuff from here on there. We'll talk about it when we get there. But yeah. So you still got a chance to get in there, get in that gap, and then start working. And that's when we see the $20 price target if everything plays the way that I see it in my head. So here's the thing. When you do plays like these, I show you these gaps and I show you these charts, but they really don't tell you exactly what's going on. The stock is heavily suppressed. Okay, so just let's just say, long story short, there's a whole bunch of weird actors in the market that they can use the chart to their advantage. And if they're playing it down low, they can use the chart to their advantage. Okay, so their goal will be to get people to sell, yada yada yada, hit certain price points, all that stuff. They do that. Of course, anything that involves money, it is done by someone, or something. But either way, I don't think it looks too bad, man. I really don't. I didn't get the day that I wanted to get out of it, but I've seen this move before. And the stock I'm talking about is Fngr. We're gonna look at that. But the same thing had to happen when it first ran up, first week. Everything was good, everything was fine, it was moving, and all of a sudden, boom, just big drop. On the same day as today was Wednesday, on a Wednesday, big drop, you know. And then here's the thing: it's either gonna be big drop and stay this way until Friday, and then on next week, boom. Then we'll see what the new week brings. Or it's gonna do something else which would get you that aggressive move sooner. So scenario one is we come out, and they fight their way back up green, and then you get all the way up to around like 450, $5. You gotta do that tomorrow. You don't do that tomorrow. I'll take 450 tomorrow. You get up to 450, okay, cool. Now you don't get that, and you see a whole bunch of sideways actions. If you have any calls that have any value or whatever, that's when I would sell towards around like 12, 1, maybe 1 p.m. with 2 hours left in the market. I'm on Central Time, so it's a little different if you're East Coast, especially if you're West Coast. Um, that's when I would sell those calls. And if you want to sell your shares or whatever, listen, this is not financial advice. I'm just telling you what I'm going to do. I'm going to be selling some of the calls that I would have this week if that situation plays out. Okay, taking it, and I will use it to get right back in the stock next week. Or maybe even on Friday. I don't know. It depends on how the setups look and what the prices are on the options and everything like that. But um, I wouldn't be worried about it. Not yet. Need more confirmation to be afraid that this is over with. And it's not really even afraid. It's just, man, it's a good setup for a good opportunity for a good amount of money with a little bit amount of money. Okay, but it is what it is. If it doesn't work out, we always got other things. So that's actually brings me to the next one, Fngr. Right? We talked about this. We talked about this stock 2-3 weeks ago. Anyway, it's been moving. Remember this? We were probably around here or here. Rode this wave up all the way up here, boom, and then boom, I sold around here. This right here, and then what do you get? A pop. Now, funny thing, that's actually the 200 that it bounced off of. That's crazy. That's bullish. This stock is super strong. So the squeeze in here is legit, real. The other one, not to say that the other one's not legit, but I've done more research on Fngr than I have TUP. But I like TUP because I can, just by how it moves, that's how I'm judging it. And to be honest with you, I think it's a cover play for something else that they got going on in the market. So at one point they are going to pull the plugs on that, but I don't think that they pull the plugs at $3-5. They can get that stock up to, like I said, $10-20, then drain it all the way back down to $2-3 without a stock offering, which the company might do because I don't trust them. I don't know them. Anybody you don't know in the market, I don't trust. Or you shouldn't trust. That's just one of my things that I have because I've seen too many things. Unless they show me reasons to believe in. Fngr showed me reasons to believe. Why? Here's the thing. We talk about a short squeeze, right? So what kills them is if they have shares. The company released an S1. An S1 filing just I don't even know if it's S1, but companies release a filing, right? And different categories of things, S1, 30 different codes mean different things. For this one, it was something about their shares and what they were doing to it. They had a proposal that was on the table for them to basically give shares to the people that give them money. The people that were trying to get out of this play that have tried to kill the company. Okay, it's the same people that they lent money to. They lend them money, they get shares. With those shares, they go crazy. Okay, and the reason why this place is so big is because they went beyond crazy. All right, so that's why we're here. Moving forward, the company released the S1 that said, we're basically, the shares. There's nothing on the table for them getting shares. If anybody needs shares from this company to cover something or to do anything, you have to go elsewhere other than Fngr itself. And that right there is scary business for anybody that is shorting that stock with the HTB on it. Okay, it's ridiculous. Anyway, they bounce all the way back. I see different trading in this stock. It's not moving. It's either whoever did all of this is gone. Whoever did all of this is gone. Okay, that's what that looks like to me. Because I still think that you got a big short in there, and I still think that they have some cash. I think they have money, and I think they're waiting on something. I'm not sure what, but if that was me, and yeah, it's something that I would like to see. Um, they should let us run up to around $8 by tomorrow. Yeah, by tomorrow, Friday, and then try to slap them down a little bit. Go up to $8, take it back down to $6 or $5, and see what happens. You know, I'm not really gonna play that game. The only thing I'm gonna tell you is this for sure. I'm definitely in here. I'm still in here. And if Tubb does this thing tomorrow, I'm gonna be more in here. Not only that, but I gotta put on Old Realty. They had earnings after hours, but I think it was a dud. They have, of course, we well positioned balance sheet, yada yada yada. All I'm saying, the chart is telling me the stock's going lower. That's why I had puts on that thing for since 2 3 months ago when this whole docu series I'm doing first started. Because I see him going low. Um, but Fngr, it looks amazing. Really, really good. And this hasn't even crossed green yet, but everything else is telling you that it's good to go. And you got little indicators popping up here. That's cool. Listen, this stock right here, I like more than Tub. You're probably thinking, oh yeah, of course, Tub's down 34, 35. The reason I say that is this: if Finger Motion does its thing by Friday, leading into Monday, just does its thing a little bit on Friday, you know, whatever I would get from that, a portion of it, Tub, a portion of it, GTII, a portion of it, crypto. I already told you guys, XRP, XLM. XTC is cool. I've been looking into it. 7 cents, you can't really beat it, especially for what it's for. You cannot be beat. Not a bad investment at all. But yeah, so that's what we got, guys. We will see. It's funny because I see the spy at 450, and we talked about this thing going up to 450 and then eventually popping. So quick play, just in case you guys like trading the spy. 447. This thing goes down, I see it going all the way down to 447. But if it does go to 447 and it cracks that, you're 433. Okay, that's all I'm gonna say. Maybe in a week. In a week, if that cracks 447, it'll be at 433. But we'll see. We got some data coming out tomorrow for the market wise. I will make a video to tell you about that. Um, let's see. Anything else? That is all. Alright, guys, so we're watching Fngr. I think that one's gonna have. First of all, if you can crack, if this thing can crack $6, okay, that's cool, but I want to see this 717. You break through $6, I think you run for a little bit. But if you're serious and it goes and it cracks through 717, all eyes should be on this stock if you're in it or want to get in it. Because that's when I think this thing's actually gonna get started. It's gonna be pretty cool. So, alright guys, I will talk to you later.